Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to ATI's Lunch Break. I am Sam Arce, also known as Broadway Sam, and I am excited today. We have a great guest, Drew Murray, who is also one of our heroes, a high school teacher from Carmel High School. So welcome, Drew.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
We are going to be talking all things Carmel International Arts Festival, which is this weekend,
right.
the 27th and 28th. I guess you set up Friday.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the streets are going to close at 4:30, and it's just going to be go, go, go. We're going to see all the artists.
So know
come
that,
in.
everybody. Just a caution in Carmel. If you live in Carmel, if you're around Carmel, Friday night, they're going to be closing down the streets.
That's right.
On Friday evening. But this weekend, Carmel International Arts Festival, which is exciting. If you haven't been to this event, I encourage you. I mean, this is Arts Festival right in your backyard, just like ATI is Broadway in your backyard. Mm-hmm. You're going to have an incredible thing. I'm going to just talk to you about some highlights. There's going to be over 140 vendors, 4 stages of entertainment, over 130 juried artists that are going to be here. And there's actually an international segment this year with 3 artists, 2 from Japan and 1 from Latvia. And you're actually, your group is going to represent Young at Art. That's your area this year,
Yep.
although that you're a high school arts teacher,
Yep.
which we're going to talk about, but your area is for the kids.
Yes,
typically.
that's right.
And so tell us a little bit about Young at Art and what you're going to be doing there.
We're really excited. So I'm basically going to be taking the Young at Art experience that we do every day at the high school level and really across all of the schools in Carmel and bringing it to everybody to have. So we're going to have multiple booths with a bunch of different things going on that kids and parents and all of our visitors can come and experience. So if they want to see a new thing going on, they want to try new material out, or they just want to experience all the incredible things that they can kind of work with and create through art, we're going to provide those opportunities. And I brought some things to show today that we're going to have available at those booths to kind of rev it up.
So these are things that people are going to be actually at this Young at Arts booths. Anyone can have an opportunity.
You got it.
Whether you're an artist or not,
Yep.
a budding artist, or just somebody like me
Yep.
who just wants to try to be creative. I have 2 grandkids,
Yep.
Dean and Izzy, so they're young. I mean, you know, Izzy's not even 1 and Dean's
Yeah.
almost 3. But kids can try this.
Absolutely.
Adults can try this. Seniors can try it.
Yeah.
And you'll have people there to help them through this.
Yes.
So give us an example of some of the stuff you have for us.
Perfect. Well, we're really excited. I'm going to be bringing one of our fiber art teachers from the school and his fiber arts club. So we're going to have high school students working with him.
And what's his name?
Chris Kuhn.
Okay, Chris Kuhn. So he's another teacher, another hero from the school.
Yes, another hero is going to be coming with us. And he's going to be basically working with basic stitching and the idea of how do you create a stuffed animal? How do you create a plushie? And everybody that goes to the booth is going to be able to learn the foundations and to be able to create and take their own banana home. And with these core materials here, you're going to be able to create this, but then this is also going to open up the door to be able to create so much more. So on top of that, if you're interested in this, and again, this is an opportunity that will be provided to everybody that comes by, you will have the opportunity to move a stage up if you enjoyed the process and the skill sets to then move up to that next level for the dinosaur. And for this one, we're just asking for a donation, and with that donation comes a dinosaur of any color of your choice. We're going to have our students with those colors out. We'll put your bag together, and you'll be able to take and work with that.
My grandson would love this. Dean loves dinosaur. Dino the dinosaur. This is so neat. So for just a minimum of a $15 donation, they could make this and then support the works that you're doing.
That's right.
So to our viewers out there, for a minimal $15 donation, you get to make this lovely dinosaur, and in so many different colors that you have.
Yeah.
And wow, and this looks so incredible to be able to do.
Yep.
So you teach them the actual stitching. It looks like a cross.
You got it. It is a cross stitch. And so the bags that we'll be providing with both the banana and the dinosaur will have all the tools that you need. It will have all of the threading. It will have all of the pieces. Everything's going to be ready to go with the templates.
Yeah.
And the best part is that they're all going to come with a QR code that you're going to be able to scan that also links to a video that demos it. So if you forget at the demonstration at the International Arts Festival what's going on, you'll always have that to look back to help you to create
So most
it.
people will take this home and do this because
This one, yeah.
this is a take-home thing.
You got it.
This one they could actually do while they're there.
You got it.
Okay, wow. So this is a kind of thing they can take home after they've learned the basics.
You got it.
And then take this home and make their little dinosaurs.
Yep.
Wow, that's a wonderful opportunity.
We're
So
very
this-
excited.
So this is the plushies, and then
Yeah.
you have some other things there.
Yeah. So on top of that, we are going to have a stamp making area as well. And so I'm going to be running this with the art club students that are kind of under my wing. And another thing that I really want to open up for the community is how incredible it is and how accessible it is to kind of create your own stamp designs. So we're going to provide somewhere in the ballpark of 20 different templates. And of course, for our very creative folk, if you want to just draw your design straight on the material, you're going to be able to. And then we're going to walk through, my students are going to be walking through how to actually carve this design out for our older students and print it. And for our younger students, we're going to have styrofoam and we're going to have toothpicks, which provide a safer but just equally incredible opportunity that creates the same stamping opportunity too. And we'll have a bunch of colors that they can use. We'll bag this up after we're finished and we'll send that home so that you
So
guys
this
will
is
have
what,
that stamp.
linoleum? Or?
That is a linoleum substance. And we use this in the high school and in the middle schools in the community as well. It's a
And
great
so you just
project.
teach them how to make the stamp.
You got it.
Very, very cool. So there's a little penguin. Little penguin stamp.
Yeah,
very,
we'll
very cool.
have a variety of vehicles and animals and symbols and just things that would be fun to put down, carve, and stamp that you created it.
What kind of tool is this? So it's just like a carving.
Yeah, it's just a little carving material. And the material is so unbelievably soft that it is so easy to actually carve through. I test drove this process with my 6-year-old at home, and he was definitely able to do it. He wanted to do the great white shark. It's very important.
Segueing quickly, so you're married.
Mm-hmm.
You said your wife's works for an engineering.
She does. She works for a software engineering company up in Westfield. And she's at home with my 6-year-old who test drove the shark, and then my 3-year-old who makes sure that everybody's safe as we go through it.
And then you have one on the way, I
I
think.
do have one on the way as
Wow.
well, so it's
Well,
going to be a
God bless
busy
you.
summer.
A busy summer. 3 kids now,
right.
but your 2 are artistic.
They are. They are. At least they go through the motions with me, and I want to appreciate that. It's hard to get away when your dad's an art teacher.
And then mom being in the computer world, are they also in techie kind of thing? Do they like?
I feel like it's hard to be, or it's hard not to be these
Right.
days. So, with having devices around, and I love having that as well. 'Cause
Sure.
I do a lot of my design work on
Yes.
the computers.
I think there's a definite mix now.
Yeah.
Years ago, they didn't have that.
Sure.
So it was just all imagination. Now I think you bring both worlds to that.
Yeah.
Do you do that in your classroom? Do you bring that?
We do, and
Yeah.
we're really happy with that. So we have a graphic design pathway that
Yeah.
basically works through taking art into that digital setting and moving it forward into how you can use that as a career.
Sure,
It's really
because
nice.
digital design is such a big career move. So for a lot of these
100%.
young people, this is the gateway stepping stone. So
Yeah.
you're shaping those minds. So, okay, so what was the other thing? I thought this was really neat.
I know, I'm very excited about this. So this is going to be the year that we're going to do our Minumentals competition. And basically, there's going to be a theme that we will reveal at the festival. And that theme is going to dictate a 1-inch by 1-inch artwork that anybody that comes by is going to be able to make. So we're going to have a mass variety of art making tools out there. My students and I are going to facilitate that, and then you're going to get a 1-inch by 1-inch kind of canvas that you can work on. You're going to design it based off of that theme. We're going to mat and frame it like you can see here, and then we'll be putting these on display over the course of the 2 days of the festival.
Wow. So you're going to have hundreds, possibly thousands of these, depending on it.
We're really excited to see the things that everyone's going to be making. And so after the fact, we're going to have it judged by the Carmel Arts Council, and we're going to be awarding prizes to kind of the top 3 ones that we think best represent the theme that we'll reveal during the festival.
And this currently is a bird, right?
That is a bird.
So was this pencil drawn first?
It was pencil drawn and then color pencil.
Yeah, so
on
it's a
top of
color
it.
pencil, and I notice it's not over color penciled. You have a slight background. The beak is darkened, sort of in the beak, and then you have a slight shading for the color of the feathers.
You got it. The key to this is that balance of simplicity, but also creativity. So it's a really fun thing. There's not a huge time sink to it, but while you're in it, designing that 1-inch by 1-inch piece, it's really
I could
fun to
see
be a
these
part of.
being hung at Christmas time on
Right,
somebody's
yes,
tree, but,
yeah.
or all kinds of things, little ornaments. But this is really, really neat. So to all our viewers out there, This is just amazing, the things you're able to do. So tell me, you have been a teacher for 10 years now, right?
That's right.
You went to IU.
Yep.
How did you get interested in art? You grew up in Fishers, I believe.
That's right. So I grew up in Fishers. My dad is heavily involved with music, and he's always been involved with music. So I've kind of had that more creative side on it. And so in my mind, instead of music, I took more of the art route. So I took classes throughout middle school, took tons of them in high school, and then found that it was an experience that I really enjoyed, and it was an experience that I really wanted to share with others as well. So instead of pursuing art, I wanted to keep that art making to myself, but I really wanted to push and help others to be able to experience how incredible it is to unlock that through the arts.
And what did you study at IU? What was your...
So I studied art, just studio art across the board, and I was able to get my teacher's license through that. And I really liked that because it gave me a really cool, well-rounded look, both 2D and 3D and digital, that I was able to kind of dip my toes into everything so that I kind of get a good feel for what I liked and what I didn't like.
Do you create, what are the things that you create for yourself, just as like your own things that you like to do?
My best materials are charcoal and color pencil. I like taking a long time on it. I always tell my students that the process is more important to me than the finished product, because that's where I get to spend my time solving problems. I get to make solutions, make creative decisions for things. And so I really like being in the weeds with that. Big pieces that take a long time, but I enjoy being in that space.
You know, it's amazing. People that have this talent, I grew up with my sister Dion, who's 16 months older than me. I do not have the talent to draw, but she was unbelievable. She started on me. She would paint on me, draw on me, whatever. But going through, I had more of the theater background. She was the artist in the family, and she did things like pointillism and all these things, and her art was so incredible. And you know, fell out of, now she's a, you know, she was a visual designer, she was an interior designer, she, you know, so it's all creativeness. And I think it's something you have, and there are people in my family that have, you know, been that way, that have that eye. I'm a visual person, but when it comes to drawing, I was like, this is not my forte. So, but yet I love looking at it, and I appreciate it, and so I respect people that can do it. And I imagine for you that it's very therapeutic. I mean, the things about the arts that I find therapeutic, because to me, life without the arts is not life worth living.
Right.
Whatever the art, you know, you find. And so I didn't know if you found, do you sometimes just draw freehand and just do things?
I do. Not as much as I used to.
Yeah,
you
sure.
know, we've got a busy...
kids.
But even in the classroom, I try to keep up with the students as much as possible. I like having working pieces on my desk so my students know that I practice what I preach. But also because it is just that. It's a therapeutic opportunity. It's something that I like. Like if I'm choosing to spend my free time to do something and I'm kind of leaning towards art, it just shows that I really enjoy being in that space and creating.
Well, and if you're doing what you love, then it's not work.
Right,
So, So it's really enjoyable. So you are modeling for the kids or the young adults at Carmel, and you teach from the freshmen to the seniors, right?
The whole one. So I teach all of the drawing classes, so I get a little bit of everybody, which I really enjoy. And then on the flip side of that, I also teach the AP and IB classes. So these are the students that are really invested. They have something they want to say. They enjoy art in the same way I do. That problem solving, that grind of getting a piece together and really being successful with that.
What's that like, an AP class in art? What is that? You know, I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah, so it's a student-driven portfolio class. So where in drawing classes, for instance, I have a curriculum that I think really helps students understand how to draw. AP, they have that foundation, the materials they like to work with, and then they just spread their wings and go. So in my classroom, I've got maybe, you know, ballpark 30 students who are all working on very different but very profoundly interesting portfolios of solving problems, of kind of experiencing and creating pieces that say things, and just kind of trying to figure out what they want to do, what mark they want to make.
And then this is actually going to help them get college credits.
Yes, absolutely. And on top of that, it is a weighted course, and with the successful submission of their portfolio, they get that college credit. It's really nice.
And this prepares them for what they're going to do in schools. What are some of the schools that your students go to, you know, from here? Like going from Carmel, where do they go?
So we see a lot of students are going to go to the state schools.
Yeah, sure.
But in terms of the art schools, we see a lot of students going to the Rhode Island Institute of Art and Design of RISD. SCAD is very popular in Georgia. Heron downtown
sure.
is someone that we love kind of communicating and connecting with. I'm particularly fond of a school in Milwaukee, MIAD, Milwaukee Institute of Art and Design, who are very kind to us, and they have a program that I really respect in what they do. And then, of course, Chicago has some
Yes.
nice schools as well. And I believe University of Cincinnati as well is another big one for us.
Interesting. So that's great. So you're a great role model for the kids and the children. For what you're doing here at the Arts Festival is you're bringing some of what you do at the high school into the community. So tell us what you're most excited about for the festival and what our viewers can look and experience, because you have your booths,
Yep.
but there's just so much to experience.
It really is exciting. So I'm going to continue to plug myself on top of the incredible areas that you have, the artists, the Young at Art section, and all of the incredible things going on. We also have a high school show. We are lucky enough to have the Indiana Artisan Gallery on Rangeland in Maine support both Carmel High School and University High School students, and the displays that are put on, not only from Carmel with my colleagues, but also the university students. It's just such an incredible thing to experience. So I highly recommend to check it out. It's just mind-blowing what students are doing these days and what beautiful things they can create.
Well, that is incredible. It is just incredible. And I'm so glad that you took the time, I mean, being a teacher and, busy schedule and everything to do this. And it's important to us because we like to bring to our community all the things that are happening. So when Meg shared with me that this was going to be coming, I said, well, absolutely, this is exciting. And we love doing this here at ATI's lunch break because, like I always say, we are Broadway in your backyard, but we're also art in your backyard. And just like when we do, any of the resident companies like Gregory Hancock, we have dance, there's art, there's theater, there's just so much going on here.
Yeah.
And it's right here in Carmel.
Really cool.
It's an amazing city that we have.
Yes.
And there's so much for us to enjoy and to share. So that's wonderful.
Great.
I really appreciate it.
Yes.
I'm going to share a little bit about what's coming up with ATI, but I want to thank Drew for being here. And before I end today, I want to share what's coming up. So for those of you that came to Beehive, I'm sure our reviews were incredible. Our 6 queens of rock and roll and soul just rocked the house. It was an incredible show. We had sold out performances. I think it may not be the last time you see something like that here at ATI, but just a little birdie told me that. I will tell you that the reviews were just absolutely stupendous. And but we have our next show that's upcoming is going to be Young Frankenstein, Mel Brooks. It is, if you've seen the movie, you know what's coming. But this was a show that has been on Broadway and the West End, and I think you're going to really enjoy it. It's starting October 24th. In fact, it's going to be in rehearsals coming up soon. I'll be having guests over the next few weeks with our cast, and it's going to be October 24th through November 9th. We have all kinds of fun things planned around it because what also happens during that time? Halloween. So with that, our Ovation Society, our opening night, we have incredible things planned. So we really would like you to get your tickets for that. The show is already selling fast. Our next show after that, which will be starting January 30th, so after the 1st through February 15th, so you can take your honey to see Lucky Stiff. It's a fun show. It's a romp musical based on the main 2 characters are, well, think about what you're going to hear now. So you've got the central character, the Stiff. He is a gentleman, or shall I say Anthony, who was running a casino, and he is nefariously killed, murdered. Mysteriously, not so mysteriously. And his dying wish is to have his nephew, played by Jacob Butler, who was our heartthrob in Titanic. And in order for his nephew to inherit the money that he's leaving, he has to take him on one last romp through Monte Carlo to the casino. Now, what everyone doesn't know is that the stiff is dead. Remember Weekend at Bernie's, that kind of thing. This is a fun musical, all kinds of craziness happening, and let you in on a little secret, I'm the stiff. So I'm coming out of theater retirement to do some real fun things. And our last show is going to be April 24th through May 10th, and that is Sunset Boulevard. Andrew Lloyd Webber, what more can I say? That our cast is incredible. Judy Fitzgerald, our artistic director, is going to be playing Norma Desmond, and she is ready for her close-up. We have some real great surprises for our cast. I can't share who they are, but I'm going to tell you, you want to get tickets for this show. And just to let you know, Sunset Boulevard, the revival, just was on Broadway, and it won the Tony for Best Musical Revival. So you want to see that here. Now, where do you get tickets for that? ATI.org or 317-843-3800. Real simple. If you're a season ticket holder, you know you've got your tickets. So if you want to upgrade, it's easy to do, but just go to ATIstage.org for all information on that. Or you can go to our Facebook page, and there's just so much information. Or keep coming back to ATI Lunch Break. And with that, I want to thank Drew for being our guest today.
Yeah, appreciate it.
This weekend, as I said, we have the Carmel International Arts Festival, just one of the many things going on in our backyard. Like I said, art festival right here in our backyard, ATI Broadway in your backyard. I will not be here next week. I'm actually, I'm sorry to say I won't be here for the Arts Festival. I'm going to New York on Saturday because I'm going to London to open up a show that I have. That's why I'm Broadway, Sam. 13 going on 30 on the, we'll actually be in Manchester, our out-of-town run before we eventually take it to the West End.
Okay.
But I'm excited to be back here, and if I was here, I would be at that art festival. So exciting things happening in Carmel. I look forward to seeing you not next Wednesday. My partner Brad Osborne will be here, but the following Wednesday, and we'll be talking a lot about Young Frankenstein and all that's happening here. So with that, that's all I've got for you at ATI's Lunch Break. Thanks for coming, supporting us, for everything you do here in Carmel. Thanks to all our supporters, for everyone that supports ATI through your donations, your sponsorship, for housing our actors, for just being part of this beautiful community. I just want to, again, hope you and your families have a wonderful weekend. Do it at the Arts Festival. And by the way, I was at Carmel Porch Fest this weekend.
Yes.
Did you get a chance to go?
Yes, it's always phenomenal.
Oh my God. Carmel, it's a place. You know, we live in Hamilton County with Carmel, Westfield, Fishers. There's just so much going on right here in our backyard. So it's a beautiful community, a beautiful place. So thank you all. And that's a wrap. We'll see you soon. God bless you and your families.